Hey guys, welcome back to Reality Wind Down Unfiltered. Our bonus podcast where we talk about whatever we want, whenever we want. I'm Chase.
I'm Cassidy.
Guys, it's been a little bit.
Hi guys.
How are y'all?
We're doing something different here today. We're very excited.
I am, because we get to drink, we get to eat, we're testing things, we get to judge things, and you know how much Bethany Frankel is on my shit list.
It's so funny.
When it comes to housewives.
The things we're best at in life are eating, drinking, and judging things. So this is really going to be a good time.
So essentially we're wrapping 3 of our favorite things all into one.
Yes.
And you get to enjoy it with us.
So what we're doing, you guys should definitely come check us out on YouTube at The Reality Wind Down. If you're listening in your car too, we're going to ASMR the hell out of this situation.
So if you hate that,
keep listening.
Yeah.
Keep streaming, but turn it down. Okay, thanks. But no, we have gotten some Skinny Girl products. We've decided to maybe try something new, like every once in a while, and test out different housewives products, whether that's perfumes, food, wine, clothes, you name it. We're going to try it. So definitely.
Can't wait for the clothes one.
Oh, I can't wait to get my Sonia Morgan at Walmart. But y'all definitely send us like your favorite housewives products or what you've always wanted to see, and don't send in the toaster oven because that's very shady and we all know it doesn't exist.
That would just be rude because, as I've said multiple times, I wanted the toaster oven the most out of any other product.
100%, hands down.
I would have used it all the time.
Also, don't send in books because we're not going to read a whole book. I'm like already thinking. I'm like, don't send in the Widow's Guide and Leggy Blonde because there's no way that my brain can be doing that much between like episodes.
As she said, we like drinking, we like eating and judging, but not reading. That was not part of the 3.
But today we are starting off with, we're just going to go ahead and say it. If you're watching on YouTube, but you see all of it in front of us, Skinny Girl products.
And I feel like that's the perfect one to start on because it may be, you can think whatever you want about Bethany, and I have many of thoughts, but I have to say, I think Skinny Girl is probably the biggest housewife brand.
Definitely.
To come out of the housewives, to come out of Bethany. I mean,
I would
sold
say,
it for $100 million, something like that. Something crazy.
Apart from maybe like restaurants, like Lisa having restaurants and things like that, which are so different. We can't bring that to us, obviously.
And also, I feel like that was before the show. Like, she was already building that before. Bethany.
We saw Bethany build it from day one. You're right.
There you go.
But yeah, we've gotten 3 drinks here. We have a white wine, a Pinot Grigio, Skinny Girl Margarita, which is the original that Luann invented. Just kidding. And the Skinny Girl Cosmo.
I still kind of believe that in some weird way. I feel like one day Luann was like, I want this. And Bethany was like, oh, what is that? Wrote it down and took notes and marketed it better.
So you think pre the episode we saw, whenever she sat down and ordered it with her? Because no, I remember there was a
I like to live in a
line.
fantasy land, yes.
He's like, I like to take it to a place where no one's taken it before. But we did see her order one, and Luann tried to pretend like she helped create it because she was there when Bethany ordered it. So anyways.
I mean, like Luann would have ever driven around in a Skinny Girl logoed car.
Oh my God, I would have died if you showed up to my house today in a Skinny Girl logo car. That would have been everything I ever needed in life and more.
If only I had that much forethought.
If only,
I live minute to minute, second to second.
I put that much effort into things, like same. But we also have the Skinny Girl Cosmo. Did I say that already? I might have. I don't know. But we also have 2 popcorns. We have a butter and salt and a lime and salt.
And kind of the idea is we're going to go down the row, and we're going to start with the Pinot Grigio.
Yes.
At the same time, we have our hot takes. We have a little, not even recap. We're going to do like our last thoughts on the Real Housewives of Atlanta season and kind of just whatever comes to mind while we're enjoying our Skinny Girl products or not enjoying. We don't know yet.
We're going to review it for you guys and tell you, is it worth it?
Yeah, so I guess what we're going to do is pair the Pinot Grigio with hot takes.
We're going to pair the Pinot Grigio with hot takes. Let's do this.
There we go. Okay, well, cheers to that.
Cheers. Okay, bear in mind, you guys know I only like to drink rosé, so this is a far stretch for me.
It is. I mean, it's not a light Pinot Grigio. She's a little darker. Like, it looks like a Chardonnay to me, to be honest.
She's definitely very yellow.
She's a little thick.
She a little thick for me.
And it is chilled. Like Cassie had them chilled.
Yes.
We had this ready to go. So chilled, it's a little thick. But you know what? To me, alcohol is alcohol. Wine's wine. Let's get started.
So what do you think No, do you like it? Is it the
stayed
flavor?
on my tongue a little bit too long.
You drink Pinot Grigio, or you used to drink a lot of Pinot Grigio.
But I kind of stopped because it was too sweet. And this actually isn't too sweet, but it's a little bit syrupy. Like to me, like it sticks on my it stays on my tongue a little bit too long.
I feel like everything you're saying is exactly what I'm experiencing right now.
Yeah, but I don't hate it. Do you?
No, I don't hate it. Like I definitely couldn't sit here and drink probably more than one glass of it, but I don't hate it.
Okay, well, let's do this. We're going to do some hot takes, and halfway through, we're going to be like, would we buy another bottle or not?
That works.
Let's give her a couple sips. Let's maybe let her breathe. Because,
this.
Oh, also, all of these are twist caps, which personally, I love.
And I think that the white wine, it was $10 at the supermarket, and then I went to the liquor store for the other two, and they were both $13. So just to give y'all a price point as to where the alcohol is at with the twist top. I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, I love a twist top.
I mean, we live, right?
I also love that she's like, I was just thinking, I was like, she actually has her products in multiple stores.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Amazing. Okay, anyways, I'm just looking at everything in front of us, and I'm like, can't wait to try it all. But what do you want to start with, hot takes wise?
I think maybe we should start with Andy Cohen.
What are your... oh, God. So... is this the update on Erica a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah. So Andy Cohen was on Wendy Williams today, the day we're filming, and she was obviously talking to him about Erica and all of the drama and the divorce and blah, blah. And he was kind of like, what? Like, yeah, so much has happened. But as the interview went on, he gave us a little bit more nuggets, and it was like, this all unfolded middle of filming. So we see divorce papers happening. We see her finding out about the plane victims, crash victims, all of that. Okay. Let me actually roll that back.
Finds out about the plane crash victims.
In
quotes,
quotes,
and the money.
finds out about all of this on camera. Essentially, it all unfolds on camera. I don't think she found out at this moment, but we just start to see that we may actually get a little bit more than we thought from it. And Andy Cohen even alluded to like, oh, does she still have money? I don't know. I know nothing about it, but there are a lot of lawsuits. There are a lot of issues. The guy's in deep shit, essentially. So I'm like, he definitely knows stuff. He just doesn't want to like say it because he doesn't want to cross the line too much. Because it's an ongoing case, as we've been saying. But he just gave us a little more like, he's probably just fanning the flames.
I'm like, exactly. I mean, he's literally an executive producer. His job is to get us to watch. And
very true.
By saying that and saying it's all breaking out in the middle of filming, then I mean, we're definitely more like, you're going to be more optimistic now. Where I already was optimistic.
That's what I was
now
about to
you're
say.
Like, ooh.
That was actually going to be my point. I was like, I just remember last episode, I was very pessimistic. Yes. You're optimistic. And now you kind of like flip for 1 second. You're like, well, don't let him get you too excited.
Don't let him just like excite you and make
You're just bringing me back down to a medium.
I'm bringing it back down to who I know you are deep down.
Pessimistic bitch.
Pessimistic bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, fair. I'm going to, take another sip.
I've actually already taken a few more sips, and it still tastes the same as when I first had a sip.
Yeah, I would not buy again.
No, I would not buy again.
It's definitely too syrupy. I just can't get past that, like, a little bit of the thickness. That's why it's like reminding me of a Chardonnay, because Chardonnay is, like, I think, thick. A heavier consistency.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it's, like, oaky and buttery, because it's, like, blah, blah, but I'm like, a Pinot Grigio, I need to be, like,
brighter,
light, easy to drink.
Like, if I'm going to drink
clear.
A white, I'm probably going to have, like, a Sauvignon Blanc. Like, I wouldn't probably ever go Pinot Grigio, so...
Honestly, if you put all these in front of me and I tasted them, I'd be like, that's wine, bitch.
That's white wine. That's white wine. I can tell you right there,
her.
That is white wine. Yes.
Oh my God, sorry. Not to jump into another one, but I kind of had to. It just made me laugh, is the whole Craig Law commercial.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of like him presenting his law firm as we're presenting this wine.
And
I'm just like, is this real?
Would you let him represent you? If you were like in an accident, but no, not him, his law firm.
No.
Still no?
No.
Okay, say it's like the top lawyer in South Carolina. Would you let him if he was working under Craig's firm?
Yes.
Really?
Well, you know what? Because this is what I actually think is going to happen. I think Craig is going to do what Craig does best. He's on reality TV. He will advertise for his company. Yes. But I think all cases that come in will be held or dealt with by lawyers that he hires. Okay. I don't think he'll be going to court.
No, I don't think so either.
I think he should be the figurehead.
The head of like the brand.
Which I think is genius. Like to me, I'm like, if I was just the person at the top bringing in the clients, attracting business,
and that's what
especially because he's a personal injury lawyer, and those are all the ones that like people are on billboards and like, call this if you've been in a car accident. Yeah. So he's that person now, but I don't think he's going to actually do it.
Okay. I think it will be very interesting to see
again
this upcoming season.
I still won't go to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, though. I'm with you. If you had said yes, I would have been like, are you okay?
You only got me whenever you said the top lawyer in South Carolina, but that will never happen.
Yeah, well, also, why would the top lawyer in South Carolina go underneath?
Exactly.
Don't get run over, call Craig Conover.
Was that it?
Yes, that was the tagline. He's already a housewife. He's basically got a tagline. Don't get run over, call Craig Conover.
I mean, that kind of turns me on a little bit.
It doesn't even go, though. It's not even like it rhymes or anything. It's just
it
like
rhymes to me.
Over and over, do not rhyme. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Is that like alliteration?
I'm sure. After the whole debacle, what word did you say?
Hyperbole?
Hyperbole. But you actually were right. It was a hyperbole. You just said the word wrong, and it threw us off so hard. But, like, what you were trying to say...
I knew where I was going.
Like, exaggeration, you were 100% right. It was a hyperbole.
I just also have laughed about that multiple times.
Oh,
I'll be just, like, taking a shower, you're, like, cracking, like, hyperbole, you dumbass bitch.
You did it again. You did it. It's like me with August.
I'm like, king of comedy. I'm over here, Bethany Frankel.
Bethany Frankel. I was about to say, be strong.
I am going to ditch this one, though. Mm-hmm. I think I'm ready to move on.
I think I am, too. Okay.
Like we're doing it because it's in front of us, like sipping on it, but why would we?
I think we should grab the popcorn.
Ooh, okay.
And, okay, let's reach forward. I'm going to grab I think I have the butter in front of me and you have the salt and lime.
Okay, sorry guys, we're going to take a bite.
Did y'all hear my nose whistle?
No, but how did it immediately get stale?
I did. Okay, guys.
We made this 5 minutes ago.
Like,
right before the podcast.
It has not been sitting on it 5 minutes ago. You guys didn't see us get up and run over.
Yeah.
We literally made this right before we started filming. So like you said,
like not even a joke.
15 minutes ago, no joke. And mine is also kind of stale.
I think mine might be staler.
Is yours like overcooked maybe?
No, because we like watched it pretty like well. Yours is definitely crunchier than mine. At least the piece I got, like, just like I bit into it and it just broke.
Yours
not broke,
like
it didn't break.
Fruit Loops. This lime one tastes like Fruit Loops.
Okay, I'm sorry, this is stale.
This is kind of bizarre.
Because weirdly enough, Cassidy was like, I haven't made popcorn in so long. And I made popcorn last night for some odd reason.
I was like, how do I make popcorn? He was like, there's a popcorn button on your microwave. And I was like, oh.
Enjoy it.
Okay.
But I made it last night and it was like delicious. And it was like, oh my God, I forgot how good popcorn was. Because usually I only get popcorn to go to the movies. Well, movies haven't been happening. So like I never make popcorn at home. This is literally stale immediately. And I also was like eating popcorn throughout a movie. And like, so it means I was eating it for like 30, 45 minutes.
Do you know what brand you were eating? Because this is in partner with Orville Redenbacher, which is like a legit brand.
Yeah.
And it's 160 calories a serving. And I was thinking like, that seems like kind of a lot. No? Like, is it usually that high? I
don't know.
I usually eat kettle corn and it's lower in calories, maybe. I prefer kettle corn.
Girl, you know I know nothing about that. Maybe I should have done that research before we came on here.
I just think that seems kind of high in calorie for like that thing, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think ours wasn't the Orville Redenbacher. It was like the other really popular brand that's like in the blue box. That's like movie popcorn or movie pop or something like that. Butter, whatever that is.
Butterworth? No, it's maple syrup.
Yeah, but it's like the other really popular brand besides. And I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I'm not enjoying that. And that means I think we need to wash it down with our next drink.
Which is going to be the Cosmo.
The Cosmo, which I haven't tried at all. I haven't actually tried the Pinot Grigio. I've tried the Margarita that we'll do, but I was actually looking forward to the Cosmo because I like a Cosmo regularly.
This is the white cranberry Cosmo, and I'm definitely smelling vodka.
Okay, well, cheers to that.
Cheers. Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad, but it tastes like grape juice. Like
it tastes like grape juice. I can see that. What percentage is it?
Let's see. I wonder if it was alcohol free.
No, it's not alcohol.
Made with vodka, triple sec, and natural flavors. It is 9.95% alcohol.
Okay. Is that
strong? A lot?
Oh, it's not strong.
I love our research we've done.
I'm like, well, we're not alcohol. We don't run Skinny Girl CEO Enterprises and International Corp. If they want us to do those things, then call us after this video.
Interestingly enough, the Margarita I just looked has 12.7%
So that's why you like the Margarita.
Maybe that's why I get turned up a little bit more with that one.
I feel like you don't mind the taste of alcohol as much as like I do. I'm more of like I'm gonna hide it as much as possible, and you don't mind to take it.
I like a little taste. I like to know that I'm drinking.
Yeah. See, like, I don't mind this.
Yeah.
I actually think this is kind of nice.
Because even, like, for example, like, you know, like, I like an old fashioned, or like a Manhattan,
yeah,
I like a dirty martini, and those are, like, obviously all alcohol for the most part.
I was about to say, what did Dorinda say? Martinis are like breasts. 2 are great, 3 are too many.
Yeah.
And that
I
was
always
what
have
I was
3.
thinking of whenever you have 3 martinis, and I'm like, ugh.
Wild. But what other things have happened this week? Actually, oh God, the 5-second Potomac trailer that I thought was a real trailer.
Oh my
I
God.
can't even call it a trailer. That was a clip.
Chase messaged me and he was like, okay, on the new episode on Unfiltered this week, we should definitely talk the Potomac trailer. I was like, babe, it was 6 seconds. We can talk about Wendy walking out with the cupcake titties.
Well,
and
two titties. You actually
Two
just led us
titties.
right into it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump into the high point there, but the 2 cupcake titties. And what else did they say? Something about like your dick is on fire? Like his dick is on fire?
Yeah,
Something
like it was.
crazy.
I mean, it was 5 seconds. There wasn't a lot to happen. But I really, okay, so I saw everyone was like, oh my God, the Potomac clip came out after Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
I'm so excited. They're really hyping this up. And I was like, oh my God, okay, I'm going to save it. I'm going to wait until I can sit and watch the whole thing all in one viewing. I don't want to be distracted. I sat down and it was 5 seconds. I literally replayed it 5 times. I was like, my computer sucks because like my internet must be messed up.
Oh my God.
I'm an
Little
idiot.
did you know it's literally a 6-second clip. Like that's it. I have
But-
to say, Bravo is like really stressing me out in the best way possible. They are giving us so many new seasons this summer.
We were even texting. We were like, I'm
Overwhelmed.
Scared.
Scared and scammed.
Well, Dorita's coming
Both.
back.
Both. I mean, but we were texting about it. We were like,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to have Beverly Hills, New York, Shaws of Sunset, which trailer came out
Yes.
this week, Family Karma, now Potomac,
$1 Million listing.
$1 Million Listing,
Top
New
Chef.
York, Top Chef. We're still going to, I guess we won't have like Jersey for that much longer.
But we'll have Jersey for a little bit longer, and we have reunions, so you always
for
have to count
Alice.
3 weeks after that.
I was trying to say Atlanta and Dallas, and I said Alice. We're going to have Alice reunions.
Alice is coming back to town, guys.
Yes. But no, I'm like so excited and so overwhelmed. I mean, did we say New York? We said New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
If not, New York.
I was like, if I didn't say New York, then someone like check my pulse and I'm not okay right now. But
Yeah,
yes.
so it's a lot. I'm excited for it, but I just get like nervous because I'm like, am I going to be able to like focus my time on all of them individually and like make sure I like get every like perfect like, you know, entertaining minute out of it? 'Cause that's a lot of
I
TV.
thought you were gonna say, am I gonna be able to break it down perfectly? I was like, because we ever break it down perfectly?
No. I mean, I forget half the shit I say right after I say it. And then as you just
Sorry.
said, did I say New York? I don't know. Did you say New York? I have no
Literally,
idea.
popcorn just came out of my tooth when I was laughing there.
So she lingers is what you're
She's
saying.
like lingering in my teeth holes right now. Not that I have teeth holes, but like, like
You're like, that's a bigger issue that maybe you should go address.
like my crevasses and my teeth, you know, like I have deep pits in my teeth is what the dentist always tell me. They're always like, you have big, beautiful teeth and you have deep crevices. So you have to floss and brush really, really good.
Have you ever gotten a second opinion?
Okay, I hate you. All right, you can leave my house now, bye.
I won't be taking the popcorn. You can have all the booze.
I was about to say, okay, so you really don't like
No,
this?
I like this one. I do.
Okay.
I do. I just think it like tastes like grape juice. But it's like, I feel like in the summer, if you chilled it like even more and like had
Yeah.
it, like it would be really nice. Maybe even a chilled glass, something like that. Because I feel like it has to be very cold.
Yeah.
And this is still pretty cold, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But like, I just.
No, I think you're right.
I would honestly almost mix it with some more vodka.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, because I don't taste any alcohol.
See,
But
I
also-
taste alcohol.
Really?
That's our
Okay, let me
difference.
try this one more time.
I taste alcohol. Not like crazy, but I definitely taste it.
I really don't. It tastes like, which actually people might be into this. It tastes like a Capri Sun.
I see. I think that I would.
don't think so?
I would be curious for y'all to try this because I don't think it tastes as much like that.
I wonder if my palate's messed up because I feel like it was coated by the Pinot Grigio.
Well, and then my palate would be messed up too.
Well, maybe you have better enzymes than I do. They fight
I
faster.
was like, have you heard about my deep teeth and my great enzymes?
Okay, are you at a dentist appointment right now? Because I think that's where we've gone.
It's been a while. I could probably do it with one. But no, okay, I actually like that, and I already know that this is probably gonna be my favorite because
Okay.
I'm not a big margarita gal. So
Interesting. I think this will be at least my middle because Pinot Grigio is
like,
definitely going to be my
I'm
bottom.
definitely going to just be cooking with this white wine from here on out. Like it's going to just be
That's
like
actually even generous.
splashed in. Well, I don't cook, so who am I to say what
Good
I'll
point.
be cooking with? But we have to discuss. Speaking of New York coming back, the taglines came out this week.
Oh yeah.
What did you think?
I liked them. I have to say Sonia was my favorite,
Yes.
just because like it was. Let me just pull it over here just to make sure I get
But
it right.
Sonia's is like a line that I swear that was Cynthia Bailey's once before.
You know what? Maybe
It was very similar. Like that'd be such a Sonia move to
It
literally
would be.
copy
Cheater
another
brand.
tagline and not have a single.
Oh,
literally
God,
tipsy
cheater brand.
girl, tipsy girl. Oh,
I wish we had Tipsy Girl.
I don't know if Tipsy
You know
Girl
I would have
still
liked it more.
exists. Do you think it exists? Still?
I think someone has told me before there was like one liquor store in like Upper Manhattan somewhere that sold it.
Stop.
I have to find out. I think it was a friend of mine. They did the same thing and like searched for it, but this is also a couple years ago. Now that COVID happened, I highly doubt it's
We
still
have to
there.
send our friend Meg, who lives in
Yes.
New York, after Tipsy Girl.
That will be her journey and like mission for just the whole summer. We'll give it the whole summer.
I'll give you the rest of the year. I'll be more generous. We'll give you
Meg,
to the end of the year.
That's on you, and it better be happening.
I mean,
and we're gonna make you do it, essentially.
Thank you.
But her tagline is just like New York City, Sonia Morgan never goes out of style.
And I swear Cynthia had one time that was something along the lines of, like, it was something like that. Like, it was Cynthia Bailey never goes out of style. It's definitely how it ended.
Well, I mean, I feel like at this point
I'm
we
like
need to
looking
get
at
back.
this right now. As
we
we're
need
talking
okay. Then
about
I'm going
it.
to talk about a couple. While you're looking it up, I'm
Yes.
going to read a couple more. Luann's was of all my vices, being glamorous is one I will never give up.
And I don't
which
like that.
I actually kind of liked because
do?
it goes along with her theme of life of like, you know.
Sorry, I found the Cynthia one before we move on from this. It's seasons may change, but Cynthia Bailey never goes out of style.
Okay, I mean pretty
That's
close.
pretty close.
Pretty
Say
close.
Sonia's again.
Just like New York City, Sonia Morgan never goes out of style.
Seasons change, but Cynthia Bailey never goes out of style.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes when something's good,
You cheat the brand. You cheat the brand. All good.
but I did like it because I don't know. I love New York City, as you know. I love Sonia Morgan. I'm like, they both don't go out of style. You're right.
Oh, no, I liked the tagline. She was one of my favorites.
Leah's is fine. I'm sex positive and BS negative.
I mean, it kind of reminded me of one that I could have seen Leanne Locken sing.
I kind of like, yes.
You know, like, it would have been, I'm sex positive and BS negative.
Come at me.
Can you see that? They're not just hands. Like, I could have totally seen that happening.
Now that you said it in her voice,
Can you?
yes.
That's like all I keep hearing
1000%.
every time I read it.
And then we have Ramona's. I may say the wrong things, but my intentions are always right. Yeah,
Okay.
right.
She definitely says the wrong things. Her intentions are never right. But we do have to say, she is a horrible person, but looked amazing.
Did you see her middle part?
She looks so good.
Yeah.
Her hair is like, I don't know what she did. I don't know who she went to, but she's drinking the fountain of youth. Like, Ageless by Ramona is working.
I hope Skinny Girl Cosmo is the fountain of youth.
Oh my God, I was about to say, I hope it's
Ageless
Ramona
by
Pinot Grigio.
Oh God, we need to get Ageless by Ageless.
We need Ageless by Ramona skincare.
Yeah.
It's probably so expensive. You know, it's probably like $62 for a tube. I'm like, I could go get like a nice brand for that. But it's working for her, so I would try it.
You know what we could do? It's just like print out her label and put it on another bottle. Oh my God, yeah.
I'm feeling like I'm 27 and get you are 27. Oh, okay.
Oh girl, for 2 more months.
Oh my God. Wow, I didn't know we were shading people. Oh, someone's salty about turning 28. Okay. Next tagline.
You know what? I own my age and I love it. Okay, then we have Ebony, our new housewife.
Loved hers.
I had to work twice as hard for half as much, but now I'm coming for everything.
Living for that.
I like that a lot.
I love that tagline. That is
And it's just like,
the best one.
and it's funny because it's like the longest and she got like the most time. And I'm like, here we go. I like it.
And that's by far the
And I'm
best
coming
tagline.
for everything.
And I hope she does come for all these girls. And I'm
Yeah.
excited. Like, not saying we don't love, 'cause obviously we love the houses in New York, but I am so excited to see what some fresh blood that's not Leah is going to be like.
Yeah, okay, so then I'm going to ask you 2 questions. First, which was your favorite? Was it Ebony's?
Ebony's.
Okay, Ebony's.
Which says a lot because we don't even really know Ebony, and she's already coming
Yeah,
up with like
I mean, it's a good,
very good tagline.
yeah, I mean, those are hard. I mean,
Yeah. Who's yours favorite?
I would say Ebony and Sonia. Because like Sonia is
Ebony.
just like, I think a classic Sonia line. Like,
Yeah.
and she's like weird and like, as I said, New York City, Sonia Morgan. I love them both. They never got a style into it. But I do like Ebony's because it's powerful. It's also like kind of badass. I'm coming for everything. You know, so.
Do you think they'll
Stop.
switch up the taglines halfway through the season like they did last
I
year?
saw someone say that because a
That
lot of
was
people
so
didn't
weird,
like these
though.
taglines.
Yeah, but why did they do that last year? I didn't mind the taglines at the beginning.
Maybe just like spice it up because wasn't
It
that
was
during
COVID.
COVID? So it was maybe they took a break and were like, let's freshen this up.
But like the sound quality was also terrible because they all recorded it like
Yeah.
virtually or whatever, and it sounded horrible. So I remember
It was dumb. It made no sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Second question:
Yes.
Leah Stan, Leah Fan, Leah's okay.
Leah's okay.
Leah's okay.
I think
okay.
people who are crazy for her are wild, and I think people who really hate her are also wild.
See, that's what I was gonna say. It was like I really liked her in moments, and I thought she was okay in moments. So I'm gonna stay in the middle.
Be honest,
I don't understand why people hate her though.
And I feel like
or love her, like you said.
A lot of the same people who are hating her now are people who liked her when she came on last season. So I don't understand. I never saw anyone last year. Well, I'm sure there were some people, but I think the majority of people liked Leah when she first came on last year. So that's why it's wild to me seeing so much hate for her from people, because I don't know, I just find that surprising.
Well, I feel like that actually happens a lot.
Yeah.
Is a housewife comes in, becomes like a fan favorite off the bat, and then once you start to like simmer and you're like, was she a fan favorite? Is she that great? And then weirdly people just go completely opposite. And now that the season's been over for a while, as you said, now there's like ingrained hate of her. And I'm like, whoa, why can't we just be like, oh, let's see what she does for her. Like, well, yeah, it's her first season. Who knows? She may be horrible. She may be even better. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think I've said this before. It's like, I can't judge a housewife until they're on their sophomore year, because it's like, you could be really amazing and then suck, but also you could open up more and be even better. So who knows?
I feel like that is kind of a good transition into what we're going to talk about next. Just you saying that, I feel like we'll really carry through. That's kind of our hot takes. We had an idea next to we haven't talked about Atlanta in a while because we haven't done Unfiltered for a couple months. But Atlanta just ended, so we thought that we would just kind of recap our favorite moments of the season, kind of highs, lows, funny moments. And speaking of a new housewife and you can't judge them, I feel like the first thing we should discuss from Atlanta is whether or not you liked Drew. What do you think?
I didn't say we couldn't judge.
Yeah.
I just said you can't give a permanent opinion.
Okay.
Not even permanent. You can't hate someone or love someone, but you can judge them.
This is not even a permanent opinion. I just want to know, like, your general, what do you think?
Okay, so I actually started off liking her a lot. Again, not like I'm obsessed with her or anything, or she was my favorite new housewife by any means, but it was like, I liked her. I think she was like entertaining enough. She brought like a little like spice when she was like, I'm from Chicago, and like towards LaToya at that.
Yeah.
She was down to party in South Carolina. Where I started to lose Drew was this whole profit thing. It made no sense to me, and she made it a huge deal. And like, obviously this was just because she hated LaToya, and honestly I understand LaToya was pretty annoying. I would say, but I don't understand where the profit like made her so mad.
That thing was so chaotic. It's like, I really thought it was going to be like a big storyline, and it literally was like 2 episodes and insane. Like it made no sense, like you said.
No.
Like, was there not someone else that could bless her baby, or like the whole thing was bizarre.
It really made no sense to me. And also last episode, the finale episode, Cynthia had her white elephant Christmas party where everyone had to bring their $1,000 gifts, which I thought was insane.
I know, right? Can you imagine getting invited to a party and they were like, and bring $1,000 gift?
Yeah, no.
I'm actually going to be out of town.
I will say my invitation got lost in the mail. I never heard of it. Bye.
Sorry, sweets.
I kind of thought that's what Marlo was going to do, but she sent a present. I thought she was like not going to come because she didn't want to bring a present.
I was like, stop. Like, Marlo, like, you're too rich for that. But then she sent one.
Yeah, which also, girl, it's the finale. Why aren't you there?
I couldn't believe that. That was really weird.
Yeah. Anyways, but Drew brought the like wig, and what else was it? It was like a tape recorder with her like
with
weird
the video
profit thing on there.
With the message with the profit. And then she also, guys, like $100 donation to the SPCA. Like, at least do $1,000 donation to the SPCA. Like, every little bit of money that goes to the SPCA helps.
Yes, of course.
Amazing. But like you're supposed to be giving in $1,000 gift. Like, nothing that she gave. They were like, that wig is not $1,000 wig.
And it was poor shade.
Yeah.
Not poor people. It wasn't poor shade in the sense of money, but it was like, it was not a good attempt at being shady towards Kenya or LaToya. And also, there was nothing in that recording of the prophet that was like
damning.
Nothing.
It reminded me of something like Kim Fields would have done when she was on the show. Like, her attempt to finally like clap back and be shady back. And it was that. And I was like, oh, that's what we're doing.
Sad and bad.
Because I watched the episode like later that night, and I'd already seen people on Twitter, and everyone was like pretty underwhelmed, I think, for the most part. But I saw a few people was like, did y'all see Cynthia like get back in that position, like ready to kick like she did with Portia that time? Like, that was probably the funniest part of it to me. Whenever she got down.
Because LaToya did end up showing up and threw the wig at her, and Drew got up to try to fight her, which was like entertaining, but like a little too late. I was already so bored of the episode at that point.
I was so bored of the episode at that point.
So then I guess it goes back on to you.
Yes.
What do you think of Drew?
I think for this, we should switch to the margarita.
Oh, okay. Now that we're switching up to you, we're going to switch to Skinny Girl Margarita.
Yes,
and like I
please.
said, this has 12.7% alcohol.
12. So this is going to be the strong, right? The strongest.
The strongest, or unless the Pinot Grigio has more. Let's see.
We discussed that the description of it is crisp and elegant.
Okay, Ramona Pino.
No, did Luann elegance is learned?
My friends.
Come on.
10%. So yeah, the margarita is the most. Cheers.
It definitely smells like tequila.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my god, it's like so sour. Oh.
Okay, see, my thing with this is I told you back when Skinny Girl just came out, Joe, ex-producer Joe, really liked like Bethany, and he was like such a Bethany like stan, was supporting her because she was coming up in her business. So he would always buy Skinny Girl Margarita. It was her only product at that point. So what we would do is put them in the freezer. They get a little slushy, and then put them and take them to the beach. So it was actually like a perfect beach cocktail.
Right.
It had the twist top, so you could always put it back on.
Right.
It wasn't like you didn't have to bring like a wine opener to the beach. And it just had that little bit of a slush. So it was like kind of like a margarita.
I feel like this one would do that too, the Cosmo
I think it would too. So that actually may be great. And that's why I think it has to be like really cold. But this isn't great, but I think it has like a nostalgia flavor to me at this point where I was like, oh, fun times with Joe on the beach, and we got drunk and like, you know.
See, I think if I had nostalgia tied to it, maybe I would like it, but that is just straight up not for me. It is so sour.
But you're also not a margarita fan.
I'm also not a margarita fan, so that has to be disclosed.
And any margarita is gonna be a little sour.
Yeah.
Or unless they're super sweet.
Like
It's kind of like it's a hard.
or
I mean,
like
okay, if they do a really good margarita, it's perfect. But like,
Yeah.
let's just be real. Not a lot of people can make a great margarita, so they're either too sweet or they're too sour. This is leaning on sour, but I
Yeah.
don't hate it.
I think that's definitely more you. I'm struggling with
Then
that
how
one.
about I pour you a little bit more
Let's
of the Cosmo.
Skinny Girl
She's
Margarita.
out.
I'm out. I'm going
But
back to the Cosmo.
You're gonna get some more Cosmo. We'll
I'm
fill you
also
up so we
reading-
can get your views on Drew.
Sorry, the back of this one says it's also elegant. An elegant twist. I'm trying to see if it's on this one.
Okay,
too.
I'm actually gonna read the
Yes,
back.
you read the back of the
I'm-
Cosmo. And
okay.
I'll read the back of the Margarita.
White cranberry Cosmo. A I can't even say it.
Nailed it.
My God. A cosmopolitan is the most fun, flirty, sexy cocktail you can drink. We created the Skinny Girl White Cranberry Cosmo to give you a more elegant twist on the classic without the guilt. Finally, a pretty, flirty, clear cocktail that you won't stain your carpet with or couch.
It does not say stain. Oh, because it's white.
Let's be clear.
I did not even get that until it is white, which is weird for
It's usually because the Cosmo usually has a pink hue
Yeah.
because it has cranberry in it.
Oh, that was pretty impressive. I liked your selling.
I was kind of like channeling Luann because she is the creator of this whole brand.
That is very true. Everyone loves margaritas, but no one wants the guilt or the calories. That's why we created the Skinny Girl trademark margarita. Made with natural flavor, blue agave, silver tequila, and lightly sweetened with agave nectar. Skinny Girl trademark margarita, the margarita you can trust. Dash Skinny Girl cocktails. So I love that Skinny Girl cocktails proclaim that this is the only Skinny Girl margarita you can trust. I mean, of course, is there another option at this point?
Also, should we trust tequila ever?
Like, and also, I love when you keep reading. It's like protect from sunlight, color will fade. Contains caramel color. Refrigerate after opening. Best if consumed within 30 days after opening. I'm like, the margarita, nothing about this is promising. Like, the Cosmo one doesn't say that.
I do like that they're in a frosted bottle.
I like the
will
frosted
say.
bottle too. That is, I do like that. I have to agree.
I'm upset this isn't Alex's vision of Bethany on the
Do
Skinny
you
Girl
guys
bottle.
remember Alex McCord's logo? Because she was a graphic
Voluptuous,
designer.
which I actually kind of like. She just was like a voluptuous like woman.
You know, I think that at the time, it probably wasn't as bad of a logo, but when we go back and watch it now, we're like, graphic design has come so
That's true.
far, and like less is better, and it's just everything's cleaner now. Now that we look at it, we're like, oh god, like that was a choice. I don't know what she was thinking.
Also, I feel like that was a good first rough draft kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
I could have been the 10th rough draft. We don't know.
It was
but
interessant. Very interesting. But sorry, we went on a real tangent there, but that's what we're here to do. We're here to test Skinny Girl products. But back to Drew, I will say she pretty much brought nothing for me this season.
Okay.
Other than attempting to be like I do think she's very sweet. And I think that she's like a great mom, great kids, really, really nice person. But like it just doesn't make sense to me how like the relationship went from being so bad with Ralph whenever he was taken off to Tampa and he was doing all these things. And then like at the end they're just like good. Like I don't feel like, I know they went to therapy. Maybe they're doing a lot more therapy behind the scenes, and I know like his dad dying brought them closer, but it just felt like such a stretch from where we were at the beginning of the season to where we ended. And I'm all about evolving and changing, but I just didn't.
But there was no story of the evolve or change.
Right.
Like it truly went
like,
from that to that.
Done. Like that's it.
That's where it's a problem, because it was like, where's the middle where y'all fixed it?
Yeah.
Because like you said, they were doing therapy and stuff like that, but there was actually no real resolution. They're married, and all of a sudden he was just a great man. Mm-hmm. And I will say the parts whenever he was like dealing with Josiah, which by the way, guys, I'm so sorry, on our child's game last week, I forgot the third son's name, which is the main son.
Oh,
and his name's Josiah.
Yeah.
I said, I think it was Makai and Anaya.
Yeah.
And those are her
Josiah.
kids with Ralph.
Yes.
But her first child,
which is so cute, by the way.
It's so cute. But I do feel like Ralph got a nice redeeming edit towards the end, because he was so supportive of Josiah and Josiah's dad coming back into his life.
And that was never
which
the
I enjoyed.
issue, though. Like, he was always a good
always
dad,
a good dad, yes.
And he was always supportive of that. It was just the taking off. Well, I guess that's like, I'm not going to say it's not a good dad, but that's not an ideal situation when you
That's more of the mom and dad fighting, and that's an issue, but...
Yeah. Yeah. But
that's
I
what
don't know.
It was interesting. I don't think her storyline... I was always waiting for something to really make sense why she was picked as main cast, and clearly LaToya was probably in the runnings for that.
And not Marlo.
And not Marlo again. Like, it's very confusing. Yeah. So I enjoyed her. If she didn't come back, I wouldn't really care.
That's what I was gonna say.
I would be fine with it if she did. Like, I'm not mad at it if she was, but like, I could go either way. I do think she would almost do better on a second season, because I don't think she would maybe like wouldn't try as hard, because I think, like I said, the setup scenes with the wig and the tape player and that whole thing was so like weird. Trying to be a shady housewife, and you just can't fall into that hole. It has to come natural, or just don't do it at all, because that's leaving us, I think, leaving a sour note in everyone's mouth. Was like, okay,
everyone was like, it's just so random, what are you doing?
Yeah. And it was just kind of like, okay, this is what we're ending on.
Yeah, it felt like a very weird ending to the season.
So then we'll get on to that. What are your thoughts about the entire season?
I mean, I think that there were some really good moments. It was really good to see like Portia and all the activism she was doing with Black Lives Matter. I didn't like when Kenya was shading all the work she was doing and trying to like give her like nasty 2 cents on that. It was tough to see Kenya's relationship with Mark evolve, and like, I think they were good, then they were bad, then they were horrible, and then she was like, we were great and gonna have sex again, and then now he's blocked her number in this very last episode and she can't get a hold of him. I mean, I'm so glad that I never have to hear the words 10, 10, 20 again. That will be the last time I ever say it about Cynthia's wedding.
Pandemic wedding, COVID wedding.
Blah,
blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, girl.
I like having a pity party over trying to have a pandemic and trying to have a wedding in a pandemic.
Also, I still won't understand this. Why do Mike and Cynthia need another house in Atlanta?
Yeah. Oh,
and a bigger house.
Because he's like, I want this to be our house, because he wants to get his name on the property.
That's such a good point, and I don't like that, because...
But even though they're married, it should be, unless they did a prenup, which I'm sure they did a prenup.
I'm sure they did. If Cynthia... If either of them, because they're both successful in their own like fields. So they should have both done a prenup or wanted a prenup. But I just don't understand, because he's like, we need a bigger house. I'm like, for the two of you? I don't get it. Lake Bailey is big.
It's massive.
And I like that it's like outside of Atlanta and like secluded and like cute and on a lake. And he's like, oh, we need a bigger house. Like, we can keep Lake Bailey to rent, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just don't understand, unless they truly want to live in Atlanta proper, which could be true.
Maybe they want to be able to walk.
But like, why do you need a bigger house in Atlanta proper? That's gonna be double the price.
It's gonna be so expensive, is what I was about to say.
Like, just get yourself like a nice condo in Atlanta, and whenever y'all are doing events or dinners, stay there.
Do you not think he just kind of talks?
I also
big a lot. Like he's kind of like big shot talking. Like, oh, we need
but also
this.
he's like kind of like lame and weird. So it's like not
Yeah.
weird. He's actually just like an old. Like sometimes he just gives me very old man energy where he's just like
Which
they
like
want to
Cynthia
sit.
can be really like anti
There you
that they always
go.
joke about energy.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense that they're together, and I'm like
Yeah.
not mad about the relationship. But whenever he talks about I need a bigger house, I need this, I need that, I'm like. I think because we're in the housewife world, it like makes me be like, oh, why are you here then?
That's fish.
But I think it's because it's in the housewives world because it's like all men that come in after their initial husband they come on the show with
Yeah.
is looking for something.
Yeah.
Because they all started with a husband.
Ooh.
Not all of them. Bethany didn't, but
A few didn't, but most
well,
have.
relationship. She was in a 4-year relationship.
That is true.
But most of them come on with a husband. Don't leave with a husband.
What? I feel like it's crazy that we're discussing the whole season of Atlanta and haven't even mentioned this, but Bolo Gate. Final thoughts.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I liked the beginning of the season because you had the activism. We had Bolo Gate. We had like just fun moments like that. I mean, even this wasn't fun, but like, even like Drew's relationship was kind of like entertaining to
Yeah.
watch in the way of like being like, oh shit, y'all are coming on the show and really showing the shitty side of your relationship
Yeah.
right off the bat. That doesn't always happen. It usually comes like season 2 or 3, and when the relationship's
starts
breaking down,
crumbling,
you
yeah.
don't come in first season
Unless
episode
you
like
want to get to other
3.
than Camille and Kelsey like coming, which we never saw.
that was,
but we
like-
knew it was happening.
That's what I'm saying. That was always behind. That wasn't like a
Yeah.
blow up fight where like you left me to Tampa. We're gonna
Yeah.
have a talk in front of the cameras episode like 2 or 3.
Woo.
So I was entertained by that because it was just so wild to me. So I feel like we had a high, but we started going downhill when Bolo Gate never ended.
That was the issue.
and that's what drug it out. And New Orleans was kind of a fail in my mind.
Like I liked the actual trip in New Orleans
Yeah.
itself, like seeing.
It was such a
New
cute
Orleans and,
idea.
Like the rain and like like the storm coming in and seeing it's just so like relatable to us. I think being here in Houston.
That's true. Yeah,
But yeah,
it just didn't pan out.
Bolo Gate never ended, and people are like, "Oh wait, people who don't like Kenya don't like storylines. No, and this isn't that." It's like, no, I don't like repeating the same storyline, and then like her being so hell bent on trying to get this confession when no one even cared at this point.
Well, also,
like, nobody
what was-
cared what happened with Bolo.
What was gonna if Portia did sleep with Bolo and Tanya, whatever?
Which, by the way, Tanya was never seen again after that. Which
That's
is
true, which is
very
fishy.
Interesting to me, and she's not at the reunion, I don't think.
Fishy. So that's interesting. But the thing is, Portia's still there, and also Portia
Yeah.
wasn't in a relationship. She don't give a fuck what she's doing.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why this would have even like. Of course, I don't want to talk about my dirty laundry necessarily
Right.
on TV when I'm already giving you so much of myself. I'm thinking Portia's thinking that. But if it did come out that Portia slept with Bolo,
What's it matter?
What does it matter?
What's
And
it
I don't understand why this was such a thing. And I guess on the other side, to be like, then why didn't Portia just say she did? So it's like, I don't know. You could go either
because
way.
It's not really anyone's business.
But I just wasn't entertained by that storyline. I thought we had so much fun with that Bolo trip
Yeah.
that we just leave it there
Yeah.
and then go have more fun somewhere else. I just don't think we need to drag it on. And I
Kenya
think that's
was not
where
letting it go.
That's where it started going downhill.
And we never really got to the bottom of it. And do you think we will, speaking of all of this? And the one
Maybe
other,
at the reunion.
One other funny thing for me in this season is when Cynthia thought that Joe Biden was going to be at her engagement party. Surprise. I think about that all the time when she's like, is Joe Biden good? Maybe we're going to meet Joe Biden tonight. Anyways, that absolutely kills me. But do you think in the reunion we're going to get, are you excited for the reunion? Do you think we're going to get answers? Like, what do you think?
I think me and you have said before that we're kind of so on reunions already.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm really bad about like reunions. Unless they are just epic, like this last season of Potomac was, I find myself falling off on reunions.
Yeah, because the thing is, I think a reunion's really good if like maybe you were in and out in the season and like this is kind of like
The
a nice
closing
summary and
chapter,
it really
yeah.
like replays all of the best moments. But it's
Yeah.
like whenever me and you are like watching it in depth, like every episode, the entire season,
It's like-
the reunion, if it's not like them revealing anything else, it's just a replay. But I'm like, we've
That's
already watched
exactly,
it so
'cause
much.
it's a replay, and we've sat there and we've watched every episode 5 times sometimes, and they just keep doing flashback clips, and you're like, oh, cool, I saw that 32 times whenever
Yeah,
I
because
watched it.
some people are like true reunion like
Yeah.
fans. Like they're like, I love the reunion. This is when
Yeah.
it all comes out, and I agree.
Yeah.
But when a reunion's bad, it's
Drags
bad.
on. Speaking of reunions, Dallas, they recently filmed a couple weeks ago, and they filmed it in New York City, and Carrie Brittingham, I think is her last name.
Yeah.
Actually had COVID, or she caught it on the flight. Either way, she was sitting.
She tested positive.
She tested positive. She was sitting next to Brandy on the flight to New York. So like people were like, something's happened at the Dallas reunion that's never happened before, blah blah blah. And I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna be epic. It turns out she tested positive and she couldn't go film, so she and Brandy had to go film from their hotel room.
Which actually pisses me off a lot because it's not all like, you know what, people get COVID when they've been in their house and haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Like people are really good and still gotten COVID.
Yeah.
But I don't think Carrie's been one of those people.
And
also, I mean, they've been like we've seen the season. They've been out and about and blah blah. They're taking precautions, but plastic shields don't do shit. Let's be real. Like it's great to look at, and I think it makes our eyes be like, oh, they're trying, but it does nothing, fucking nothing. So I just feel like this is her job. She gets paid a shit ton of money to do this job. Wouldn't you kind of like quarantine yourself for the 2 weeks prior to a reunion when you know you have to be in person?
When you hear what she did afterwards,
there you go.
Flew back right after the reunion. I don't know if it was 2 days, 1 day, whatever. She flew back and was seen out at I think it was a gay bar.
A club of some sort.
A gay club in Dallas. Out, maskless, partying. As we know, she was positive. Literally, and we're also like people in Texas, we've had access to the vaccine for a while now, like probably 2 months. Like we know some people that have been like fully vaccinated for 2 months. Like we're both now fully vaccinated, but it was just in shock that she was out behaving like that.
Well, because the thing is, it's one thing to be like, okay, I don't want to get vaccinated for my own personal reasons, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's on you. But to, like, know you're positive and go out,
and
that's a whole different layer.
Like, that's what you're doing.
Because you're in the know. Like, you know that you've been positive and you can expose people to a deadly virus or coronavirus. You know, it's deadly. We know that. And it's your choice to not get vaccinated. But once you know the facts, know that you're infected with it, stay home.
Also,
stay home.
Major Kelly Dodd energy for me doing that. Like,
I mean,
that is something that Kelly Dodd would do.
Yes, 1,000%. And it's just kind of like, I'm sorry, you already like messed up the reunion because like you didn't, you know, just chill for a second and like quarantine before you see your
I'm surprised
people.
Bravo didn't make them do that. And I'm surprised.
I feel like they probably did, but you can only do so much.
I guess they didn't want Andy flying around because like they've been filming so many reunions lately. It has been like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
I've been seeing like loads of looks getting posted. So I guess that's why they've probably all flown to New York instead of Andy flying around to all the
And they probably have like the hotels that you can stay at, the precautions in place, like in one location, so you can like everyone comes and they know exactly what to do instead of like going to different cities and trying to figure it out at each city.
Yeah,
I think
that makes sense.
That's kind of thing, but also I guess that would just be for Andy, so I don't really know.
Yeah,
whatever. I just think that like that's not an entertaining like revelation to me that they're going to be filming,
like,
and this is going to be a bad reunion. I already know it. And the
because
looks weren't that great
Brandy's not
either.
really going to be held to the fire for a lot of the things that she's done and said because now she was. It's just like, it's very weird. Sometimes I become a little bit, I'm like, that's suspicious.
Honestly, again, it's Texas fucking it up.
I mean, it's Brandy. We cannot put that Texas on that. That is Brandy
but Carrie
and Carrie.
Too. We put that purpose was like
and unison.
But also the of the outfits. The outfits weren't even that great.
I liked Tiffany, and I think that's it.
And it was good. I'm not saying it was
it was
ugly,
pretty.
but it wasn't anything to run home
like
about.
Classic pretty. I think they wore black and white.
Stephanie looks beautiful, but her dress was bad.
It was a choice. It looked like a weird black and white cookie cake thing. It was strange.
It looked like what are those like doilies?
Yes, a doily
on a shirt or on a dress.
Yes, like a white doily on a black dress.
And that could be cute if you're like hanging out at your house.
I was gonna say if you're two, it could be super cute.
But not in this case. And Deandra went for a suit, like jumpsuit.
It
wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either.
She was giving me Major Mama D vibes.
And then our look for Brandy was a selfie.
That was something. Like you're telling me she didn't have Glam Squad in there taking her, you know what I mean?
I don't think they allowed them to because Carrie said that she had to do her own hair and makeup.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying. She was laughing. She like posted about it, I think today, because I think the looks came out just today or something like that. And Carrie was like, "Oh my god, I had to do my own hair and makeup. LOL." And I'm like, "This isn't funny." The audacity.
Ugh, I wish it wasn't surprising.
I'm just like angry and like I get so nervous because I'm like I see why people don't like Dallas. It makes sense, but I don't want it to go because it's like, oh, we have a housewives in our state. I like it. But it can't go on the way it's going on.
I think there's got to be some major shakeups in Dallas.
And I don't even know what that means at this point, to be honest.
Literally keep maybe Deandra and Tiffany and then try to branch out around. Because Tiffany, like...
it makes me sad about Stephanie, but I understand.
Yeah, like
I understand. I can see why.
Friend of, like,
okay.
At the end of the day, like,
she doesn't have a storyline.
So that's the thing. She doesn't have a storyline. Like, she's super sweet and she's super pretty and super nice and super boring. Sorry, and I like Stephanie.
No, it's okay. As is the.
It's like I just.
As if I'm taking that a personal attack.
It's like I just insulted Chase's mom. He's like, no, it's fine. I get it. I understand. I get it. But I'm like, okay.
Sorry. Like right when I did, I was like, wait,
thank you for accepting my apology, Chase. Choices.
So I don't know. Like you said, it's gonna have to be, and it's gonna have to be an intense cut and a tense like. Am I crying?
Is he crying? Or like what was
I'm trying to collect myself.
Like, Bethany, what is in your product? Because Chase has absolutely lost his mind right now. I don't know what is happening.
I've almost finished my margarita. That's what's going on.
By the way, it was not a very full margarita, guys. It was like
it wasn't. It was taste tester size, and
Chase has lost his brain.
Hey,
it's gone.
Oh God, Cassie, I got my second shot today. We can't be talking about losing our minds. This is the second podcast in a row. You were last time fully vaccinated.
Oh,
this time I'm fully vaccinated.
You're fully vaccinated and you're losing it big time. It's okay. The two are not related. He's always losing it. You guys know that.
I mean, what?
Okay. On that note, I literally think that we're gonna have to end it because Chase can no longer speak. I really hope you guys enjoyed this different take on Unfiltered. Let us know what you guys think, what you guys want to see in the future.
Yeah, and like I think Cassie said at the beginning, send us some like product ideas, some things you want us to try, to review, send us in questions. I think the whole premise we wanted to do Unfiltered with was something like this. So we kind of just chat, we talk, we have some wine, we, just kind of, it's a little bit more of a loose, like
loosey juicy
apple
juicy
instead of like just our breakdowns, which we also love, but this kind of just frees us up to kind of like play around with other things. So let us know what you want to see, because I want to try more stuff.
And this was super fun. I enjoyed this.
And you know what, as I do on our regular podcast, if you like us, 5 stars, Apple Podcast, leave us a review. We love to see it. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna take this second to look at a review we got that I thought was so cute.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that. You have to.
Talking about. It's my birthday. It's top secret.
Oh God. Hopefully no one knows your birthday.
Hopefully no one finds my phone. That's not my password for anything else, guys. It's just for this. I promise.
Okay, so I loved this review. It was so cute. It was our latest one, so it's kind of like fresh on the mind. But I'm gonna call out Erin Andrea.
They're going to say Erin Andrews.
Not Erin Andrews, but if she's listening, also leave us
Erin
5 stars.
Andrea.
But she said, after falling in love with their Instagram and their this or that vids, I downloaded episode 1 and now I'm completely obsessed. Cassidy and Chase feel like, okay, she said your name first?
It's, alphabetical and talent. No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. Cassidy and Chase feel like...
No, not kidding, rude.
What?
I said talent too, and you said no, just kidding.
Didn't mean to, but it was right. Cassidy and Chase feel like discussing Bravo and Housewives with your best friends over drinks. Instantly subscribed.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
I
and
love
we were
you,
literally
Erin.
having this conversation over drinks.
While having skinny girl drinks.
So, Erin, we love you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Erin. And I hope you're listening. And you should comment if you are on our YouTube.
And
watching.
That's our show.
That's our show. Well, thank you guys so much. And we will see you on Reality Wind Down regular episode next time.
We will. Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.